Cool. Are we good? No? Hello?
We are good.
We
I went to the
good?
wrong screen.
Hi.
Hello.
Uh,
We're
Hi.
back.
Hi.
Part of a freak.
Hi.
That may have been like the most I've laughed in a role-playing game ever.
It was a good moment.
It was a good moment.
yeah, we got it.
So I think so. I want to see what Sophia has gotten up to.
Yeah, I think
like,
I think like yeah, I do want to see her like the morning after the party in like
yeah.
just hungover. She has like big panda eyes, and
Mhm.
she's got stubble. Her hair is like just everywhere.
Mhm.
She's worn her clothes, her like fancy dress to bed, and yeah, she's just like
Oh,
and
ow.
and yeah, she's like half hung out of the bed, and yeah, she's just lying there moaning in and suffering, and she's just Martin,
Oh,
help.
is she actually at home, or did she accidentally go to her room at her parents' house? Because that's where the party was.
I think she's at home. I think someone very kindly guided her home.
I think
it,
what? Yes, because Martin didn't go to
the party,
the party. Yeah, so I
because it
think
was specifically for me to flirt with
other
other
people.
young men
Yes.
like that aren't him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm just like, Martin, help! I'm useless.
And the door opens. Does Martin have any? Does he have like a serving staff? I assume he has
Um,
at least like a butler or
yeah, I think we probably have like a person,
yeah. Um,
but like not. Yeah, I think we have like one house person.
okay, yeah. So, do you want to describe this person?
Um, I think that they are played by a young Maggie Smith.
Okay, yeah.
Um, and I'm thinking like, because yeah, my brain's going to like Murder on the Nile. Is
Mm-hmm.
it that young Maggie Smith is in?
Yeah, I think so.
Um, yeah, like that. Like, well, she's only here because she needs the money, and she's not putting up with any nonsense.
Yes.
Yeah. And yeah, so Sophia is just lying there and
Mhm.
like just waving her arms above her head as she like drapes off the bed, just being like,
Yeah, so she
everything's horrible.
she
And
comes in with like carrying a big pot of water um and takes it over to the fireplace and like is not paying attention to your like flailing like unless you want to roll conspicuous to get her attention, she is like not putting up with it. And you can tell she's like drawing you a bath. She's like putting the water on to heat. She's pulled the like brass like bathtub um out of the closet where it's stored. Um,
let me just quickly find a name for this woman.
mhm.
Um,
Elena.
Elena is perfect. Yeah, cool. Yeah, Elena, I'm a wreck. I'm a has-been. I've ruined everything for everyone, and now they're trying to make me marry someone, but I can't even do that because I've already got a husband, and he's got big hands, and um, I don't want to marry anyone that I can't marry.
Okay, roll conspicuous. I think it's an up one.
Uh-huh, but I don't have it. Yep, cool, excellent. Ob 1 to get Elena's attention.
Yeah.
What? What are you doing? What are you doing? Conspicuous. Modifiers? None. Arthur? None. Base obstacle 1.
Nice. You rolled.
Elena, I'm going to die.
She stands
Get
up straight.
Martin, I'm going to make my will. I want to give all of my possessions to Martin.
And she says, Madonna, this is not a way to behave.
Yeah, and I think at that point I like fall out of the bed on my head.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I've died. You can't speak ill of me. I'm dead.
You should hear the things I say about my husband.
I'm like, your husband's a drunk.
Yes, that's why he's in the ground.
I'm like,
that's why I'm here cleaning you.
I'm like, I can't be cleaned. I'm dirty on the inside.
And she's like pulling you up.
Yeah.
And like, how did you even sleep in this thing? This corset bone is poking into your ribs.
I'm like, oh, I'm bleeding.
And she like starts like untying your corset.
Yeah. I'm imagining I'm sat in the bath while she's undressing me.
No, I think that she like gets like layers, the like difficult layers off at first, and then like puts you in the bathtub.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm like, my father doesn't respect me or my art, and no one wants to sleep with me. Like,
given the sounds I hear your dear husband make, I think that's a lie.
Well, yeah, other than him. I'm not going to sleep with them. I just want them to want to sleep with me. This is the point. It's how you make money.
Madonna, I don't understand. Your husband is quite well off, and a lady does not need to support herself financially.
Yeah, and she's like, well off. We can only afford to eat fish twice a week. Have you seen my bed? It uses straw in the mattress.
I don't even have a mattress.
And I'm like, yes, but you're the help.
Yeah, and that's when she pours the like scalding hot water into the bath.
Yeah. No, you're a witch. That's why you have no mattress and a dead husband. You're a witch.
And she says, "Stop squirming." She's like pushing you down.
I'm going to write a poem about you, Elena, and it will be very unflattering.
Well, yes, I'm sure no one will hear it.
Yeah, she just starts crying. Yeah, so I think we have this thing of like, of like Elena is like bathing and shaving and powdering me, and like, yeah, she's just being miserable. And she's like, yeah, and then she's like, and she says to Elena, she says, if my father thinks he's so important, I'm gonna make him look like a fool.
You'll only make your father more mad at you.
I'm like, he can't be more mad. Yeah, and I think the next thing we see is probably yeah, I'm going to go from being a wreck to being like in my workshop making painting.
Mhm.
And I'm going to do, and so here's the question, here's the thing that I'm trying to work out. Because yeah, I could mock him directly by
Mhm.
making a painting of him that is
Insulting and
insulting.
yeah.
Or I could do a thing where I'm actually making a painting of Jacopo, and like something that his mum will want to buy, but is secretly like
Like
just has the word like Jacopo small knob like hidden in the background or something.
You know,
no,
I
it's
hear
like a really nice painting, except the castle in the background, all of the
towers of dicks.
towers of dicks.
You know, I
Right?
hear that
Yeah.
Jacopo is a very violent fellow. Beats people with no
Yes,
provocation.
yeah, right, yeah. Like just I'll do a painting of Jacopo that just shows him. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to make a painting of Jacopo that like his mum can't help but buy,
Mhm.
that subtly depicts him as like a violent and uncultured fellow.
Okay. Yeah.
Bunch of like references to like Gallic warriors and all these sorts of things,
Mhm.
bloodied fists or whatever. Like it's all going to be like subtle. I mean, we'll see
Yeah.
how the roll goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see how the rock goes.
But
Sophia
Yeah,
is
I
going
think-
to, for maybe the first time in her life, attempt subtlety.
I mean, oh no, wait. The sculpture on the sculpture was not subtle.
Your opening moment was putting a dick on a statue.
All right, so yeah, this is I'm going to make a painting entitled like Jacopo Bellini the Terrible.
Mm-hmm. Jacopo the Terrible.
It's because it's totally like it's Jacopo like holding like a like an animal or something, right? Like a small, like looking regal, but
Yes,
like
yeah.
it's clearly a reference to that painting of Ivan the Terrible holding his son.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like all the framing and everything is all the same, and except the implication is that he's like beaten a puppy to death. But like in this
Right.
painting, the puppy's alive and well, so no one would know, right? Unless you've
Perfect.
specifically seen that painting of Ivan the Terrible.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to make a bunch of money selling a painting to Jacopo's mum that is better than whatever his name in the actual Piazza was.
Dante.
And then I'm going to be famous, and
Yeah.
then I'm going to get like all the wine and sleep with whoever I want.
Uh-huh.
This seems a perfectly reasonable progression of events.
Yeah.
Cool. So
Wish
how
you
do I do
best
that?
of luck.
Okay. So likenesses are ob 4.
Great.
I would say +1 ob for trying to leave
Obfuscate something.
subtle, obvious hints at something.
Mm-hmm. Can I fork in gossip wise or soothing platitudes to this one? Or etiquette?
This is painting.
Gossip wise,
Yeah, no, but I'm
feels
trying to-
like to maybe pull the gossip that I hear there was a weird scandal with this man. Like
That was the thought.
Yeah,
like yeah.
you could roll gossip wise to like establish, like you could use gossip wise as a linked test to like establish that there is this rumor.
I mean, yeah, okay. So the rumor hasn't already been established, has it?
Yes, but you could
I could
You could
to establish that I know it, and
yes, yeah. Like you could use the wise to make something true about the setting.
Yep.
You can use the wise to say there is a rumor that.
I mean, I'm gonna make the link test because like worst case scenario, I make things worse for myself, which is great.
Yeah, it's perfect.
So what's the of that?
I think what I want to ask is how widely known is this rumor? Because that's going to set the ob.
It's just in the Piazza, right? Like it's just in our local area.
But how many people know it?
Okay.
Is it like
How many
everyone who
people
attended the
have
party
heard?
last night?
It's everyone who attended that party.
It's not spread further yet.
Okay. Ob 2.
Okay. Let's see how we go, because
Will I get advantage die to my lie if she crushes this?
I only have 2 dice in it, Pinball. I get too excited. I'm wondering if reading is helpful for this in that, like, like...
No one's written it down.
Fuck it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Base obstacle 2.
2.
Oh, my num keys are... There we go. Ah. All right.
Get that difficult gossip.
No 6.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I realized the 3 I got must have taken one off of your 2. Oh,
the curse is still real. No,
because I got a 3 as well. Now it's just going up and down wherever it likes. All right, so that makes it an ob 6 now.
Yes.
Painting now.
Ob 6 painting.
What can I spend on this? I've got where on the sheet is my bullshit?
Second tab, scroll down past Arthur.
There we go. I see it. All right, so I don't have any persona. So all right, let's get some 6s.
No forks at all.
For
Pardon?
painting?
What are the forks for painting? How do I? Where's that?
Illuminations.
Is
No.
you want things like illuminations, paint wise.
I've got sculpture and poetry and writing, but
yeah, nothing.
Got other kinds of That's right. Let's do it. Let's get 6. Let's get 5 on a 3. There's the 2.
The universe is right again.
I'm not gonna get it. I'm not gonna get 3 out of a 6. Jesus. All right.
Okay, that attitude.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna tick that little challenging test there.
Yeah. So we get like a montage of
Have I just written "I like to beat kids" on the like painting?
we get a montage of Sophia like painting.
Because she puts her hair up in a messy bun and like just kind of like wears like just in the thing with like a shift and like paint all up her arms and all these things, because she does like her style is to not use a brush. It's to just like grab the paint and use her fingers on the canvas, and then like go at it with a brush later maybe. But that's totally her style.
Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe we like fade out on that montage.
Yep.
And then
my brain's going to that bit in Mr. Bean where in the where he accidentally erases the woman's head, so he just draws the...
I had nightmares about that fake painting.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
I didn't get nightmares much as a kid, but that, for some reason, Mr. Bean's painting. Fuck
Look,
me up.
everyone gets traumatized by something, even if
Yeah.
it's Muppets.
Yeah.
Um. Yep. I'm doing a paint.
You're doing a paint. So yeah, we fade out on this like on this montage of painting. There's like an orchestral track in the background. And then we fade up on the drip, 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 drip of like water falling from a roof onto a stone floor. The room we're in is lit only by candlelight. The floor is like damp, and there's some like straw like strewn across the ground. Um, and the camera like slowly pans up, and we see the bars of a jail cell, and then we pan across and we see Vito like beaten and like cold and hungry, huddled in a corner of this jail cell. So what happened was you tried to convince a guard that you knew a very powerful and infamous crime lord.
Yep.
And you were
promptly detained.
Yes, you've been in jail for a few days now. And occasionally the guards come in and just beat you.
Cool.
I haven't read the bit on how wounds work. But I would assume you have a wound of some kind.
Great, love it.
The taking of the wound itself is a foregone conclusion, but you make health tests to see if you are going to get better, like how well you take it, sort of deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like if I can roll brawling to try and reduce, not to fight back, but to be like, I roll with the punches effectively enough that this hurts a little bit less. I would really like to do that because injuries in this game are bad. Like, really bad.
You'd have to be really good at brawling to take less damage from being beaten.
Yeah, like
I figured this might just be I failed.
About like 2 guards at a time.
Yeah.
Like beating you with like mailed fists.
Yeah. And yeah, all the time they're like, where is she? Where's she operating from? Oh.
Yeah.
You just don't know. So.
Luckily, torture can't actually make me tell the truth in this game.
So yeah, you have a wound die.
Cool.
That is a thing.
So
yeah, which level of wound is it?
That's what I'm just trying to find the thing on the thing for wounds. Where even are they? Here we go. It's right at the end.
Yeah.
No, it's not. No.
I mean, if we can start playing out the scene and like.
Yeah, I'll have a look while you
look it up.
Yeah,
and if I need to roll anything, we'll just have to.
Yeah, I'll have a look in the background.
Thank you, Dave. You're the best.
Yeah, and so yeah, what does Vito look like?
I mean, he's still wearing like his tattered costume from his performance. I think he's like sitting on the ground, just like back against the wall, looking upwards at like the little shaft of sunlight coming in through his window. Again, his tiny little slit to the outside world. And yeah, I think he's like weirdly calm looking. Like,
Mm-hmm.
he obviously is in pain, but he doesn't seem to be, like, freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, professional liar. Um, and yeah, I think he's just kind of, like, whistling, like, whistling a little tune.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, sort of, it's like a sailor's, like, sea shanty kind of thing. It might be that, what's that one from the Dishonored soundtrack? I can't remember the song now, but I'll figure it out. But yeah, he's like whistling like a
Yeah.
sea shanty kind of thing.
Yeah.
And occasionally just wincing and like holding his side.
Mm-hmm. And I think you have a cellmate
Okay.
who is a um like an older man. Um, you never really got him to talk much, and he's been gone from the cell for like a couple of hours now.
Fair.
And like you hear like a shuffling in the corridor outside, and like you see the light of a torch like begin to illuminate the hallway.
Yep.
And like as you're sitting there whistling, there's like a loud like bang on the door of your cell.
Yep. The whistling stops, and I pay attention to what's happening.
And we hear the like click, like the clanging click of the key in the door. The door opens, and yeah, your cellmate just gets thrown in like unconscious.
Yeah.
Lands like face first on the like stone floor.
Marco, you're home.
Yeah, do you try and say anything to the guards as they're
I'm trying to think. Has some humor been beaten out of him? But I think he's cannot stop himself because actually let me look at let me pull up my character sheet because I have literally 3 things that Vittorio cannot stop himself from doing. Yeah, I think he tries to make them laugh. Like he has always butter up potential patrons, and in this particular scenario, the people who dish out beatings to him and give him food are his patrons. So he looks at them and goes like, "Thank you for bringing my husband back to me. I was so worried he was gone so long." And yeah, trying to make a kind of joke out of it.
Okay.
Crack wise with the guards.
Is there a skill for like comedy?
I don't know.
No, it's based on the intention of what he wants the gods to do.
Yeah, what do you want the gods to do?
I want them to like. It's their job to dish out a level of punishment, and I don't. But like, sometimes they do that because it's fun. Sometimes it's just like, okay, we'll take it easy on you because we actually kind of like you. And yeah, I want them to like view me not as human garbage, but as a funny guy who they kind of like. And yeah, so maybe this is persuasion of it's like, hey, I'm a person.
I think this may actually be soothing platitudes.
I don't. That doesn't. Maybe.
Maybe not.
I don't know. It doesn't feel like that to me.
Maybe
but...
it. Maybe
is it baseline persuading them to not hurt you more than
Yeah, I think that's the main thing of like.
Yeah, okay.
Please stop beating me.
That's fine.
Okay, so we're gonna have to work out your wound for this, and the baseline thing of it is gonna be they're gonna make a power test against you.
Okay.
Some extra damage for like pommels or like incidental weapons over time.
What page
truncheons
is
and
this?
the like.
This is over page 555, 486, and 472.
Great.
Yeah, they don't need to make the test to strike you. Weapon power adds to the character's power when determining damage. So it might be a brawling test by them adding the weapon power of like a gauntleted fist, which is like 2.
Okay, yeah. I'm just do like
Yeah, brawling or boxing, whether you think.
Do I make any opposition to that, or is it just...
No.
Okay. I don't know how it works.
so these guards, they probably have like this is their job, so they probably have like 4 dice and 2 forks
Yeah, that seems...
or something like this.
That seems not entirely unreasonable.
Yeah. I shouldn't be looking at fight. I should be looking at bloody versus, shouldn't I?
Okay. I'll take
There you
one
go.
success.
1 success.
Yeah, so you're probably actually only looking at, in this case, like a superficial wounds. Based on
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
yeah, superficial wounds makes sense.
Which is, I have 1 die less for the duration of like
It's
this
+1 ob penalty,
plus 1 all penalty.
and you probably just leave the
So
duration until you get out of prison,
that seems
Mhm.
reasonable.
Yeah.
and you
Okay.
don't have to make a health test because it'll just go away.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have marked a
I think
superficial wound penalty.
Yeah.
In my B3 coordinate.
if anybody
Okay.
wants to correct us on this, then please feel free to. I've also never used these rules. I've only been hit by them.
Cool. Okay. I need to change some of these, but yeah. All right. I am superficially wounded.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So make that persuade test. These guys are like probably will free.
Seems...
Like they're perfectly average people.
Yeah, and then the +1 orb.
Yep.
So that is the +1 orb. Well, we'll find out if the +1 orb's automatically added. If not, we'll add it in
Yes.
post.
Yeah.
Okay. Forking conspicuous. So I'm trying to draw.
Like they know you're there.
Yeah, but I mean, like, my argument being that they're used to people being like shy and reserved, and well, not shy, scared and reserved, and trying to shrink away from them. Where I'm like reacting confidently and well, as confidently as I can.
What's the failure state of this?
I get beaten
They're
again.
gonna beat you again.
Yeah, and it'll probably just like up the wound
Yeah.
Sure.
artificially to
That checks.
permanent.
Can I fork acting as I am super not as happy as I'm pretending to be? Either that or
Yeah,
force it.
I think acting probably covers like comedy.
Fair. Okay, so I got my acting fork. Did the conspicuous fork come? Do we feel that fits, or is that not happening?
What are you? What are
My
the-
conspicuous fork being like that. Normally, when the guards open the door to a cell, the people inside shrink away and get all scared. Whereas I'm like, hey, funny jokes.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. And I'm not gonna flirt with them.
Good choice. Don't want that.
Okay, I have no Arthur to add. Base obstacle is 3. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Ow!
Okay, so that let's just make that. It's now a -1 die wound.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna clear that superficial and add a light.
Yeah.
Light is the word I was looking for.
Sweet. We'll look
I
up
was thinking
healing
minor
rules.
wound.
Then you can do some health stuff,
Yeah.
Sweet.
which I closed the page on. So I was looking at something else. Let's see.
It's okay. It's okay.
Taking the hit. Okay. Once a wound is
So
noted.
I just get beaten again, and they leave, and it's me and affectionately dubbed Marco. I don't know his name. He's not told me, but I call him Marco because I need to refer to him as something. This is what I get for not flirting with them. Yeah, maybe you're right.
I mean, that would have gone in a different direction.
Yep. And one I'm not really comfortable with on either a success or a failure, so...
Okay, recovery. Recovering from an injury is a hard deal. For lesser wounds, blah, blah, blah. Light wounds. Recovering from a light wound requires an Op2 health test. If successful, the pain fades immediately. If failed, the penalty remains for 24 hours minus the fort exponent.
Okay. So... I guess, yeah, I roll this health test while I'm, like, lying there talking to my buddy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's the ob of the health test?
2.
2. So no modifiers, no Arthur. Base ob score 2. Ba 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 ba.
You did it.
Success! So, I mean, are we still going to go with the I basically have a superficial wound till I get out of jail? Or this just heals when I get out of here? Or do I just get to clear it entirely?
It'll be gone in a day.
I thought it went in a day if I failed.
Yeah, I guess. I guess you look a lot worse than
Yeah.
you are. Hard to say. I feel like we've been very lenient with only a light wound after being beaten.
That's reasonable.
I rolled really terrible on that power roll, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy keeping it until I get out of here. Like,
Yeah,
until I move.
I feel like that's the.
So it's the thing of like it will heal very quickly. Once
but they're
going
gonna
to
keep coming back and beating you.
As long as I don't get like another failure where I get an even more savage beating, it will go away as soon as I get into a better place that isn't this fucking hellhole. Knock on wood.
So yeah.
Yeah, so I think like we get the bit where I'm dumped next to Marco, and I just kind of roll over onto my back with like this. You alive? I look at him. I hit him. Like,
he doesn't wake up.
Marco, you make for terrible company. I think, yeah, like, get up, and I go over to, if there's any, like, water or bread or whatever put in here for him, I steal his food. Yeah, have they made any, like, indication of what if there is an intention for me, if I'm just going to be executed, if they're waiting on something? Is there anything I can roll to be like, this is how it should normally go? This is how
you could try and make like a rule of law test if you want.
I'm tempted. Just to rack my brains for
you assaulted a noble.
Yep.
And you have
noble and standing city official.
Yeah.
Let's not make this better than it is.
Plus, you admitted to collaborating with a known.
I have a question.
Yes.
Am I in like the City Watch prison, or
you have no idea?
Okay.
I have.
The only thing you have seen is the like 4 square meters around you.
So yeah, like I tried to tell that guard, I'll pay you if you do what I want. He knocked me out, and I woke up here.
Yeah, you woke up here. You've seen one other room.
Right. Cool.
Which is another like dark room where they beat you.
Cool. So I have no idea whether I'm like with the City Watch, when I will probably be tortured till I give up my sister, or if I'm in the basement of the Villa Revere, which might be better or might be worse.
Well, that's the thing, right? In this time period, killing you is probably what's going to happen unless you do what they want and agree to some sort of deal where you
Yeah.
to your sister. Like otherwise, you'll probably be killed.
Yeah, you'll probably
You're
like
not even close to being a noble. Who cares
like,
if you're dead?
Yeah.
on the
It's
list
definitely
of
legal to kill me.
be hung.
Yeah. Well, I can't give up my sister, but I can tell them I will. This is really my only card I have left to play. Because I think that is actually a moral line he won't cross. But he'll lie and cheat and steal his way out of basically anything. Okay. So, yeah, I think I like stare into this like cup of water that I'm stealing from Marco. And I like take a big long swig out of it, and I throw the rest on like of the rest of the contents on his face.
And he goes,
Not dead yet. That's nice. And then I start running the cup against like the wall, the bars of the of this cell.
and so Marco like rolls over and it's like, haven't you had enough?
And I turn to him and I go, Marco, my dear friend, until I'm dead, there will never be enough. And if that's where we're headed, I'd rather get to the point. And yeah, then I like turn and I yell out through the bars, I'm ready to make a deal with whomsoever is your boss.
Okay. Do you want to make a roll? Do you want to make circles roll? Do you want to circles up their boss?
Sure. Well, I want to circles whoever the next person up the chain from these two thugs is. Which I'm slightly worried is going to be the manservant who hates me.
That would be reincorporated.
It's your sister.
Oh dear.
Surprise! It's the lady with the hands.
Surprise! It's the statue with the dong.
So what's my circle's obstacle here?
Okay. Circles.
Person who I feel like it's a person who should be here and is interested. So my feeling is this shouldn't be super difficult. The obstacle is whether they will tell this person or they'll just hit me again.
Yeah, so we're not looking at any disposition or time and place.
Yeah.
Occupation. I think this is an uncommon occupation because you're not looking for a guard. You're looking for the guard's boss.
Sure. Yeah.
And this is higher rank than you.
Yeah, I mean that feels like the more important one of I have to climb the ranks.
Yes.
So what am I looking at total?
Ob 5.
Really?
Yeah. It's Ob 1. Uncommon occupation. Higher rank social class thing.
Seems stupidly high considering this is what they want from me.
Doesn't mean they have to like you.
I mean, they don't have to like me. Sure, okay, I guess that's the thing of like...
That's the thing. Like, if you fail, I'm going to enmity clause, and the guy is going to come along, and he's not going to cooperate.
Well...
That's not a tooth in bar. Jesus.
God.
I know. How dare I? Maybe that means I've broken my curse.
And so,
Who knows?
like one of the guards comes along, and like hits his like cudgel on the bars to like make you stop making noise.
Put my hands up. Put the cup down.
And he's like, haven't we beaten you enough? Fool.
Either someone more important than you wants to talk to me, or you're going to kill me. I'd like to cut to the chase. And I'm sure you've got better things to do than talk to me.
And you hear like a voice from down the corridor of it's a woman's voice. And very authoritative and distinguished. And they say, oh, we've probably let him sweat enough. Bring him out. And the guard like unlocks the door and like pulls you out of the cell. And then like marches you up the corridor. You're led into like a little like a warden's office. But it's not really an office, it's just a wider part of the corridor where there's a table and some chairs. And standing is a like a tall woman, probably like 6'2", like very broad, like Gwendolyn Christie. She's played by Gwendolyn Christie.
Okay.
And yeah, she's wearing like the standard like breastplate, and sort of light everywhere else armor of the city guard.
Yep.
And she's like holding her helmet under her arm. And she says, Senor Vuelo, I presume.
I go by Asteranza these days, but if we're going to bring up names from the past, at your service. Who might I have the pleasure of addressing?
You don't. Sit.
Cool. Is there a grit my teeth move for this kind of wound? Do we know? Because I would like to not be injured for an interaction with this lady.
Yes. Grit your teeth is a thing. I know Andrew did that a lot.
Yep. Gritting your teeth, 497.
Temporarily shrug off 1d of pain modifiers.
Right.
Requires an odd 4 health test.
Okay. Let's give it a go. Because what's the worst that can happen? Oh, I did do a health test, so I have a routine health test. Come here, box. No modifiers. No Arthur. Base obstacle 4. Get it. We're back.
We're back.
Challenging health test.
You got a 6.
Can
you get another 6? Don't do it. It's not worth it.
I have like a bunch of fate to spend still, is the thing. And it's happened too many times, it's not worth it. I won't
1
bother.
in 12. Well, it would be 1 in 12.
1 in 6. Yeah, 1 in 12.
And then, yeah.
You're right,
half.
you are.
Yeah.
Okay, so cool. Yeah, so I sit in the chair and like bracing myself, but then like I hit it and it's like, no, oh cow now. Yeah. And I go, I am seated. How can I be of assistance?
Well, you know how this works, don't you, Vito? You've been here before.
One tour doesn't make me an expert. Not something I planned to become more proficient in, I'll be honest, so...
Frankly, you probably should have been hung the first time.
Well.
And you should probably be hung this time.
Yeah, and he shrugs.
How badly do you want to be disrespectful to her? Because you can correct her that it's hanged.
I don't think he's...
character as an opportunity. Yeah, that goes badly for you.
Yeah, I don't have any traits or instincts that require me to point that out to her. So I'm going to, not do that. But it definitely is a thing that Vito would realize.
Yes.
I just kind of shrug and go, stories have a way of wriggling out of impossible circumstances. What makes them interesting?
You'd know all about that, wouldn't you, stories?
'Tis my trade.
How about you tell me a story? What about the Nightingale?
We've barely seen each other for several years.
You used to run together.
Yes. Then I came here. Toxic goods, don't you know? Idiot little brother who gets caught.
Oh, your brother.
It's an affectionate term amongst us street rats. We're all family down there. Not anymore, I don't think.
Then why, Senor Asteranza, would you claim to know one of the most dangerous and wanted women in the city? Now, surely, and I have seen this many times, people who use the Nightingale, who are not well connected, let's just say I don't have to hang them.
Well, I don't think your boys left Marco in much of a position to visit violence upon me. So you want me to give you information that leads you to the Nightingale in exchange for my freedom?
Quite simple, really.
It would seem that way. But out of this, you get a promotion and I get a death warrant. Maybe not now, but in the very near future. So since I'm your golden ticket, and currently my options are death or death.
Um,
The Nightingale has a habit of making it hurt more than the Hangman. Examples for the public, as you know.
mhm. She's just looking at you like stone-faced.
So how will you go about protecting me and my reputation
Your
so
reputation.
that I am not known as the person who sold out the Nightingale and become the most wanted of our dear city's underground? Because otherwise I see no reason to help you at all. I'd rather die faster, honestly.
Is that the truth?
I mean, he would rather die faster. Like,
Um,
I mean, we've not tested it yet, right? It would eventually come down to a test, which is effectively you being interrogated and seeing if you like make a will test or a steel test to
yeah.
hold out.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah,
Or
so
just-
I think what she says is Vito, we have this wonderful device downstairs. You see, you strap a man to it and you crank a wheel, and slowly every single joint pops. And then you just put them back together. And then you do it again and again and again. And eventually, Senor Esperanza, I think you tell me what I want to know. And so I have to amend your statement. It is not death or death. It is death or coming so close to death and never quite reaching it.
Well, when you put it like that, it would seem I do have a clear choice. Now, you'll understand I do not have a direct line straight to the Nightingale themselves.
That's definitely a lie.
I'm building. Building.
Uh-huh.
I'm building my dice pool.
Yeah.
But I do know the location that they frequent, that is said to be their hideout where they conduct their business. An office I met them in briefly. And I believe if you were to act on this information quickly, possibly possibly would have been more helpful if we'd had this conversation a few days ago, rather than you throwing me in jail and beating me up, as that news may have gotten to them by now. But if you move fast, like in all good stories, you'll arrive in the nick of time to save the day, catch the bad guy, the villain of our piece, and hopefully enough evidence and paperwork to bring their entire sordid little network across the entire city down. And then no longer will you be warden of the city jail, you will be and like he gestures at her with fill your name in here, captain of the city watch. Maybe even
He laughs and yes. It's funny. Normally people realize when they see the captain of the City Watch that they're talking to the captain of this. You are quite a stupid man.
Guilty. Well, and yeah, he goes, well,
I'm not doing this for personal gain. Senor Asteranza. No. This is justice. This is God's will.
and he goes, well, I see we speak very different languages. But are you interested? And yeah, okay.
All right, you want to tell a big fat lie.
Yep. I want, well, not entirely a big fat lie. I want to send her after Bianca's rival. And pretend, and have it smokescreen that, of course, this person pretend they're not the Nightingale. But they are. That's where I met them.
Okay.
So it's like, that. I want to send them to a place
Okay.
that is like a hotbed of criminal activity. That they'll go in, beat some doors, find some people who'll vehemently deny being the most wanted criminal in all the city, but of course they would. And then I will and once I get released, I will send a letter to Bianca and be like, hey, don't use the name Nightingale for a little while so I don't get murdered.
Okay.
That'd be swell. Also, I killed your biggest rival.
So this is a linked test.
That seems fair.
So we're gonna need a
criminal-wise.
Yeah, criminal-wise.
Cool.
I feel like there's a test first to convince her that it's worth her time to listen to your plan instead of just torturing it out of you, right?
I mean, that's true.
I mean, I'm offering to tell it to her. I'll spill. I think the thing is, I'm spinning it entirely now. Like, I'm not trying to haggle up anymore at this point. Like, I'm literally just going to say all of what I just said, but
in character,
in Vito's flowery style. If she wants to talk to me after that she can do that for fun. But the story won't change until like they apply a very large amount of pain. Even then, I don't think torture can actually compel me to tell them the truth in the rules of this game.
But I could just keep stacking wounds.
Oh yeah. But
I could just be like, okay, you're at the point now where if you don't tell them the truth, your character is going to die.
Yeah, if this test or this set of link tests does not succeed, I think that's it.
Yeah. No, I think the thing is that Vito is a bastard, but I'm not interested in playing him. Which at the point he becomes like that much of a bastard. Like he has one positive, one neutral belief, one shitty belief, and one positive belief, and that's like he wants to rebuild a relationship with his sister. And I don't want to be him if he abandons that entirely.
Yeah.
Because I think that isn't the character I'm interested in playing anymore. So let's give this a go. Adding crime-wise.
Criminal-wise.
Criminal-wise? Okay.
Yeah. This is, I think, gonna be
my quick study, but we'll see if that has the chance to come up.
Where is it? There we go. This is up 4.
Up 4. Yeah. Sweet. This can only
uncommon knowledge.
No modifiers. No Arthur. I mean, I'm presuming no modifiers because unless Bianca would have told me for some reason.
Nope.
No additional complications. I mean, I'm gonna spend the fate because there's no point not doing so.
Sure.
slash r space 1d6. Nope.
Yep.
Cool. So
Okay.
falsehood is going to get harder.
Yep.
Ever harder. Okay. So let's build this dice pool. So falsehood, starting. Persuasion. Absolutely.
Yep.
Can I think the only one in here that might be reasonable, other than persuasion, is can I fork drama-wise, and the excuse being like, I have constructed a story that's like, I have a good idea of how to construct like really good sounding stories, and like it's all a bit crime drama-y, but like I build out this detailed like story of how there's all this stuff here that if you go in you'll find this person. It is a bit of a long shot, but this might be the final dice roll this character gets to make, so
don't think so.
Okay. In which case I have one modifier. Submit. I don't have any persona to spend.
+1 dice because it's a believable lie.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
And then
I think that's it.
I think she's captain of the guard. She's probably will 4 or 5.
I would have said 5.
Yeah.
Because people lie. Her job is to know when people are lying to her.
Yes. Yeah. So will 5 +1 ob because you failed the.
Sure. So 6.
You got this though. Bring back those last session rolls.
Yeah. I'm on 6. I'm 6 dice against 6 ob.
Is the failure condition that this character has to retire?
Yeah.
I mean, I will leave the option open. If you actually give Bianca up, they will let you out of jail.
Okay, I mean, yeah. I think it's the failure condition is either they die or I'm gonna have to think very carefully about whether or not they give Bianca up.
Yes.
Which All right. Blessed dice gods, shower upon me your beautiful, bounteous mercy. Nope.
That's not bounteous at all.
Nope.
No fate. What's no 6s?
Nope.
It's not very good.
It's not the best. It's not the best.
Okay. So the dear captain sighs. It says, it's a shame, Vito. It's a real shame.
Yeah, and I look her dead in the eye, and I go, I know you have a very low opinion of me, Miss Captain, but if you thought for a second I'd give up my sister, well, I've been disappointing people my entire life. You'll just be the last one.
And she says, well, we'll see how long that loyalty lasts.
And I will enjoy setting a table for you in hell when my dearest sister sends you to me.
Yeah, and then we'll go to a break, and then I want to come back and see what Sophia's painting looks like and what she does with it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. Can't break. Doodly-doo-doo-doo-doo.
All right, cool.